Welcome to a Stony Through special on World of Warcraft. Now this video is meant for those of you who have yet to experience WoW or have not made a trip to Azeroth in many years. I may be in the minority of people that did not truly play World of Warcraft at the height of its popularity. While I did start a character shortly after the legendary South Park episode Make Love, Not Warcraft, I was unable to truly get into the game at the time due to someone's constant interference. This person really soured the experience for me so much that it took nearly a decade to return to Azeroth. And what made me finally return, you might be asking? Well, after being bored out of my mind one day, I just said, what the hell? Why not give the World of Warcraft one more chance? Especially given my love for the genre that started with Final Fantasy XI and led me to the last great MMO I played, Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Now, while World of Warcraft, and in fact most other MMOs, share a vast number of similar ideas and features, the real truth is that each of those MMOs on the market today offers a vastly different experience. While they may seem similar on the surface, it is how they are dialed in that really makes the experience differ from game to game. I have enjoyed most of the MMOs I have played, and as a matter of fact, I can say that a good number of them have been incredibly well designed and terrific gaming experiences. While mainstream gaming media labels most games as either good, bad, great, or otherwise, the truth is enjoying a game is a very subjective affair, and the reasons why we enjoy games are rarely easy to put into words. But for any true gamer out there, when you start playing a game that just clicks with you, you know it. It is a wonderful feeling, and a good sign of this is when you simply cannot stop playing. And ever since I started playing WoW less than a week ago, I have yet to spend anywhere near the amount of time in another game that I have dedicated to now what is possibly my favorite game in existence. Yet it is easy to understand what makes WoW so great. The world is simply breathtaking. From the moment you enter Azeroth, you will simply be overwhelmed by the sense of scale and beauty in its wonderfully artistic world. You will explore some truly massive islands filled with quests, dungeons, shops, and a plethora of other features which were once a unique part of WoW. But they have since made their way into a great number of other MMOs and other games in many other genres. Yet, what made WoW great in its heyday is still true to this day. And of all the MMOs I have played that clearly have tried to use WoW's gameplay formula, none simply come close to the behemoth's greatness. Combat, for example, is more accessible, fluid, and far less tedious than most other MMOs. Although, combat has changed a great deal since WoW's launch, and it has indeed become much more casual player friendly than it was when the game launched in 2004. Yet, part of what made players flock to WoW in the first place was its accessibility. I am basically a new player. I remember the areas I spent time in years ago, but do not really remember gameplay details enough to compare the differences, and there are other videos that do that far better than I could. I understand why players who have been around since the start may be disappointed when enjoyable features are changed. Yet this is part of the game being polished to a level that the developers wanted. While some sour WoW players have said it was to open the market for casual gamers, this was always the goal of WoW. WoW has always been an accessible experience, and that was part of the developers' vision and goal for this gaming experience. So if you've played before and are open to change, you must understand that WoW is one of the few games that is lucky enough to really reach and exceed the developer's original vision. This is a remarkable and noteworthy achievement in this industry. Few games have 12 years to perfect their gameplay mechanics, but WoW has. Combat encounters with the exception of boss characters, never take a long time to defeat. While the normal enemies never present a challenge, you have to stay alert and use your abilities to finish them off, which keeps you engaged in the game. Yet while you will spend nearly all your time fighting enemies, what really makes WoW shine for me is experiencing the world. This is why enemy encounters are not challenging if you're the right level for that area. You are meant to be constantly traveling through the world, exploring, conquering quests with little holding you back. Some may find this tedious or dull, and in fact, in other MMOs where I enjoyed this gameplay style, it did eventually become dull after several hours. At least in all other games except World of Warcraft. This is because the world is simply so interesting to explore. Though, I want to stress this is a very subjective aspect of game enjoyment, and it is more a matter of taste and preference in your art. I really love the vibrant, bright colors and the more cartoon-like atmosphere WoW offers. I love that the game manages to have a serious yet comical tone that allowed for some really inventive quest design. Something else WoW simply does better than any other MMO that I have played is its quest variety. While most of the quests are of the go here and kill that or go here and talk to this fucker over here, but it's not just how the quests are designed, it's the context within the quests. And then there are other quests where you'll be controlling other characters or doing some really unique actions that you simply would not expect to find in an MMO like this. My favorite thus far has been the pirate-themed quest area Booty Bay. You'll be swabbing bird crap off a pirate ship or blasting trolls with a cannon on a little manned pirate boat. This quest line ends with a spectacular assault on Booty Bay, by dastardly pirates no less. Go figure, right? I've thought about showing off this section, but it's simply too good to spoil. And that is only the halfway mark for the World of Warcraft's original quests. Every subscriber has access to all expansion content except for the most recent Legion expansion. This means you have access to a truly mind-numbing amount of content, all for simply the game's monthly fee. It will take months to reach the level cap of 100, and that's for subscribers who do not invest in Legion, which boosts that level cap up to 110. On top of that, you will not experience every quest on your first character's playthrough, unless you're a very OCD kind of gamer, which is cool. I used to try to do everything in every game I played. As a matter of fact, WoW is the first game for me to really break that OCD nature of having to do everything. In my mind, I know I will be making plenty more characters and plenty more trips to Azeroth after I max and spend plenty more hours with my badass warrior Kurtwood. Which means, if you want a game that will keep you going for years to come, now is the perfect time to start playing WoW. At its launch, the level of content was obscene. And now, the amount of content is just plain old-fashioned ridiculous in the best way possible. What really shines about WoW is the fact that this game is all about having fun and getting lost in an incredible world. So many games made today try to do so much to wow us. But in all the hoopla of the pretty visuals and fancy gimmicks, that idea of creating something that is just fun to play sometimes seems to be totally lost. Yet everything about World of Warcraft for me was simply more fun than I have had in any game in an extremely long time. There is a reason why WoW is still played in the vast numbers that it is to this day. It is simply that good. Though I want to stress something right now, something most gaming outlets fail to ever mention. Your mileage is going to vary. Your experience with WoW could be a totally dull and boring one, and there is nothing wrong with that at all. Frankly, most gaming outlets promote a very outdated ideal, that games are simply good or bad. This is rarely the case these days. So when seeking out that next great gaming experience, remember to look for the experience that most suits you. For me, World of Warcraft's addictive sense of character ownership, progression, and exploration is so damn relaxing that I can simply never get enough of it. But unlike most games I make videos on, you can try WoW right now for free. Anyone can make an account and play up to character level 20 for free. And that is the best part about Warcraft. You can decide for yourself if it's the game for you. But I warn you, it is not called World of Warcraft for nothing. If you truly click with WoW, it will become your second life. Which would have sounded a lot cooler if that social experiment gaming experience did not already exist under that name. This has been yet another Stony Through brought to you by megamediaoverload.blogspot.com. It's been a pleasure getting stoned with you guys and talking about such an epic gaming experience as World of Warcraft. Have a great one and stay tuned for more content.